So this is a Q&A, we're thinking.
You guys give the cues, we give the A's.
Yes, we have A's.
Okay, so let's start talking here with our, everyone give a warm round of applause to the Power Rangers the movie and Turbo Power Rangers the movie cast and crew.
I am Jason Narvy.
Sutherland.
Johnny and Bosch. I'm Blake Foster. I'm Tony Oliver.
Gabrielle Fitzpatrick.
Everybody David Winning. He's the director. I'm Bosch.
Oh, we have a bouquet. All right, what's our names? Yes, I know your names now. All right, let's get started. Each of you tell a favorite anecdote from the filming of Power Rangers a movie or Turbo's Power Rangers. Our favorite anecdote. An anecdote is a short story. Often hilarious. Okay, my favorite. Watching Gabrielle actually. That's not an anecdote at all, is it? That's not an anecdote.
I was going to say the same thing. I didn't want to be the only guy like looking it up. Let's just tell you some sort of...
I got cushion, dude. I got cushion. I'll help you.
I didn't want to sit in this because it's awkward. They try to make us a couple on the show. Who are you?
I haven't seen Johnny since 1953. I was just like, oh my goodness, Johnny, and he didn't want me by him or anything. So I get to be by him.
She has sweaty hands.
Oh, okay. I'm Nakia, Burrise, and I played Tanya in Zeo and Turbo.
So, Kia, we have just each one of us told a lengthy anecdote about movies. What is yours?
Our favorite part?
Anecdote.
An anecdote. An anecdote is a short story. Often humorous.
Now I'm back in school.
I just told her an anecdote. She knows what it is. Why? It's like something that opened out of her brain. He's like, okay, here's a really tough question. Name something that happened to you once. I don't think anything. That's what I said. A short story should not take us forever. It's short.
I had a great time.
Next. Something easy, please. Right. Well, can I just, since that happened, start lining up for questions behind the head? More questions? I'm gonna let you guys talk about yourselves, you know. Go. Hey, Johnny, how are you? Blake, are those tattoos?
Yeah.
Where's Paul Schrier? I haven't seen him since the show.
You guys remember when you were monkeys?
See, an anecdote is supposed to be humorous. And not a single person is freaking laughing here. Monkeys weren't funny.
That was 10 minutes ago.
Hey man, they made us kids, alright? They made us kids. I remember. That shit was funny. Alright.
Okay, let's hit this line. Yes. Location shooting. Fun times there. Anything. Locations.
Can't stay in,
Well, that reminds me of a short anecdote from over Philly Mine for Power Rangers. location shots. Location.
San Pedro, Dana Point. I didn't get a chance to travel. Everybody else did. He went to Hawaii. He went to Tennessee. I went to San Pedro. And Cascade Lake. Yay!
Well, it's always funny to yeah, lots of people always ask, what's the difference between the first movie and the second movie? Well, we said the first movie was in Australia. The second movie was in Santa Monica. What? I mean, come on. But we did have David Whitting on the second movie. He actually knows how to deal with that.
Very exciting. And having only the 1 hour Rangers experience the movie as my whole frame of reference, everyone should ask me all the trivia questions. I have absolutely no idea. In 1996, guys, somebody had the brilliant idea of saying, why don't we take a Sweet Valley High director and give him the sequel to the Power Rangers movie? What better choice? So that was me. I had a great time. I haven't seen these wonderful people for 16 years, so they probably didn't even know who I was. But it's all good.
He didn't know who I was, that's for sure.
I didn't know.
Hey, my favorite memory of the Power Rangers Turbo movie is when David Whitting got fired.
That's the After Dark.
All right, let's start now. Let's talk about David Whitting. All right, let's hit these questions right here.
Alright, first, questions for John.
My Patsy.
I watched on YouTube videos, okay? From other conventions and panels, and you said in both movies that you didn't like the frog and you didn't like the minivan, and why was that?
Oh, okay, so I don't know what they showed on the YouTube thing, but I did.
You go to other conventions?
Yeah.
And you're in other panels?
The question's over. I'm answering. So in the original script, the script went through a few changes, and I remember approaching the director in the first one because I thought the frog was kind of weird, weak, and I had asked if they'd be bummed about it, and he wanted me to do it as the script is written first, and then we tried it the other way. And so we tried it with me being bummed out, and they liked it. And then I also got to get kissed on the forehead, which was kind of cool. And then I approached him on the second movie because in the second movie, everyone got really cool cars, and I got the green minivan, right? And so I thought, oh, wouldn't that be kind of cool? Like, if I was upset about having a minivan and complained about I was a frog and I got a minivan, I don't even have a family. I thought that would be funny. But the producers were like,
Your character didn't have a family? Even we had parents.
No, I had like some old monk.
That's a damn old monkey.
We don't know what I have.
I want to make a comment about the minivan. My mom drives a minivan.
I mean, they're cool. I like them. It's not that I don't like minivans. Your mom's awesome, and I think Adam likes minivans.
Next. Thanks, man.
What was your favorite part about working in the movies?
I think the cool thing about the movies, aside from the Australia versus Santa Monica thing, is that when we shot the show, we were rushed. Okay, the movie that had all the time in the world. I think that's probably the first thing that was cool. Plus we got to see them reimagine the franchise. Don't forget, coming into it, we were sort of taking the hand-me-downs from Japanese footage. So for the movies, directors like David got to say, well, how do we reimagine this as an American product from the get-go? What do you think? Tony?
I totally agree.
I'm sorry.
Sorry. You asked me how my mom was.
I was asking about his mom. His mom's phone.
Yeah, everybody's favorite part about working on the movie.
I think my favorite part was just doing the movie, period. Just getting the experience of doing a movie. We had, really great moments and not so great moments, but I think overall, just having the opportunity to film a movie, that's dreams for some people, and it fulfilled one of mine, so there you go.
That was a good aim.
Thanks.
It wasn't that amusing.
My favorite part
Do we have any plans coming up for a Blu-ray release? Because I'm really interested in catching any kind of the deleted scenes involving Johnny and Turbo with the mermaid. And the training montage in the Power Rangers movie.
I don't know any of that stuff. I don't know if anybody knows any of that.
Yeah, it's scuba diving. You guys are supposed to be scuba diving.
We're pretty much the last people to get to know that. So.
What did Johnny do with the mermaid?
There's like a whole thing cut out of this thing.
Hey, hello! Hey, I have the director over here. He's giving you help. David, what's up with the
I think actually, the original cut of the movie was 3 hours long. This was just about before I left, I think. But it was 3 hours long, and there was some great stuff in the mermaid. I remember freezing in some lake, shooting a mermaid. And there's also a great sequence with the flamethrower, crocodile.
Yeah,
I'm sure Catherine remembers all that stuff. And I don't know where, maybe it's in a vault somewhere.
There was a camping scene too, but that's not very fun.
Yeah.
crocodile and shoot fireworks out of their nostrils? Mermaid!
This is a general question for everyone. When you come to these conventions and other similar events, how do you look back on your experience on Power Rangers as a whole and what it means to you?
For me, I just like you were saying, when we were shooting, we were kind of in a bubble. It was so fast, and we were kind of in this little world, and then we stepped out and got to experience what you guys saw much later than what we were filming. That makes sense. I'm talking in riddles here. And so when we come to these things and see the impact that the show still has, it's very overwhelming. It's great. I mean, when you say it was like
Absolutely. I mean, for me, part was like seeing all you guys and stuff. It kind of feels like a high school reunion.
Yeah.
Or something like that. But we were all guys. Everybody knew us. Maybe they didn't always like us, but yeah, it's like it's kind of weird and cool at the same time. It's a huge chunk for me. I mean, it's the first big thing.
yeah.
Yeah, for me it was like I was watching the TV show growing up on Power Rangers, then all of a sudden I'm on set working with the Power Rangers. I'll never forget like the first day that I actually went to the sound studio and I was just sitting in the room and all the Power Rangers started come walking in and I was like, oh my god. Where's Jesus and Frank? I don't want to read my lines. So it was really cool, but yes, like he said, it's kind of like a high school reunion now. I mean, I'm older now, so
It's got to be like you're hanging out with your teachers, not with your high school
I
college.
am actually hanging out with the teachers, so it's awesome.
For me, it's kind of gratitude. I got a chance to start, because I was behind the scenes, and I got a chance to help create a TV show from blank page to hits, because of what these guys did. But and I had never experienced that before, so I had an awful lot of gratitude because it really kind of gave me a career boost. I got to be involved with something really major and get to know these kind of guys that are mugging these guys. So thank you. So that's how I felt about it.
Well, hello, I'm Gabrielle. I don't know me, but I played Dulcie in her blonde hair. But yes, I can't tell you much because I wasn't in any of this series, but I was in the movie, and that was a fantastic experience. To be in Australia and in that beautiful environment with these fabulous Americans who got off the plane and they had weird things on them, and they told jokes and they were really wealthy and fabulous and really alive. And they got cameras and they did wonderful things and tracks and like money everywhere. And I didn't see any of it. I got a little bit of it on an Australian contract. But what a wonderful thing to be a part of. I had never seen the show. I don't say that to be rude, but I say that to be amazing. I had never seen it. I just read a script. It was a sci-fi genre. I was blown away by the character Dulcie. How exciting to play this gorgeous, fabulous, warrior chick. pushing things and hitting things and doing it for good, not evil. So for me it was a high again, and it's a high to see these people again because I haven't seen any of them for 15 years. So that's pretty cool.
Hello? Can I say something? I have actually a story to tell you guys, just a brief story. It's, when I came in to do my one Power Rangers experience, it's probably a secret, maybe you guys don't know this, but a lot of the crew wasn't really happy that I was directing this movie. They said, why isn't one of our regular TV directors going to direct this movie? But I have to say, these guys were so nice to me, the cast, that it made me feel very welcome, and I thank them for that. It's even 16 years later, I want to thank you for that, because honestly, some people weren't really happy I was there. You guys were. No, well, just because it's politics. It's like being, you know the substitute teacher in school that nobody likes? That was me. I was like the new guy for 3 months, but you guys made me feel really welcome, so I had a great time.
You know, that's true. We were just pleased as somebody that didn't have 18 bullet holes in their body armor. Because the directors in the regular series, surviving that series as a director, and believe me, I know, is very difficult because of the constrictions that production puts on you. They say, okay, we've got a cluster of 4 episodes, or we've got a feature film, we've got to shoot 87 pages today. How do you feel about that? And you're like, okay. So, I mean, and that led to a lot of really great directors not getting a chance to come back because the pressure was so high for them to set it up and fake the turnarounds and shoot it, expeditiously and heaven knows we had to cover everything. Wide, medium, kind of semi-medium, wide, tight, coverage, pop, and if you didn't get all of that coverage, despite the fact that you perhaps didn't need it in your envisioned cut, that didn't matter. And so many really great directors didn't get a chance to come back. So for all of our colleagues who only directed one cluster and went away like, we love you. And we love David Winnie because, he might have got shot later, but he showed up.
I got shot later, but it was in the dark and private. So
well, and that's another thing that we forget is the sheer ridiculous amounts of coverage that they had to get. They had to get quick. I mean, we were turning these things out at the beginning, one show every 2.5 days, and then I think towards the end they were even getting one once every 2 days. So you had this enormous amount of pressure, and you had to do it ridiculously quickly. So when we talk about legacy, not only the friendships that we got, but as actors, not only working on these huge things, but on the day-to-day inner workings of the set, you had to learn your craft and learn it quickly. You had to learn perfection quickly and on the fly. It's the best institution you could possibly ever attend. So.
And I didn't get a chance to speak about this, but I just wanted to say that the gentleman that was that asked that question I met earlier, I don't know where he went, but there you are. It's amazing to me that Power Rangers had such an impact on people that many of you have traveled from Australia and Puerto Rico and Chicago. I have to say, and I'm sure I'm speaking for them as well, what a blessing that is that you would come this far just to see us and to meet us. We're very honored. No one could have told me 15 years ago that people would still remember Tanya and remember Power Rangers and remember more things than I do, remember how to morph. Some of you are teaching me. But anyway, so I just wanted to thank you and just say this has been a wonderful experience for me.
This is a question for everybody. I'm not sure where you guys from originally, but I just wanted to see what was the first thing you guys did when you got off the bus or landed on the plane and you came to Hollywood. So
even if we're let me think about it. Yeah, I remember the anecdote. I'm going to tell it to you. For those of us who weren't born here, or who were, it's not quite as exciting. It's sort of assumed in California, because we have this myth that we don't have a class system in California, that in order to become royalty or successful, you become a movie star. Ah! That man has a loaded weapon. Arrest him. No? Okay. So going to Hollywood's not like, ooh, wow. It's kind of what you're expected to do. You know, it's almost like maybe it's like more like living in a coal mining town. You're in work in the mine. You don't walk in and be like, wow, I'm in a mine. So that being said, the first thing I did was go to Strasbourg, take acting lessons.
Yeah.
Well, my first step off the plane, it was very glamorous, and I soon got to wake up to reality. But I was met by Shinky, the producer, in a limousine, and taken to lunch, and I got a car and an apartment, and then a year later, I was on my own. Okay. No, it was very glamorous, and actually these guys were all touring, doing their press junket for the first movie, so I was on my own for the first couple of weeks, and then when they came back, it was the premiere of the movie, and I, like Gabrielle, I didn't know anything about the show when I was cast, and so I kind of walked into this mayhem of fandom and craziness, and these guys are just like superstars, and I was like, oh, whoa, this is a big deal. So, yeah, it was crazy. I came when you were doing your press junket for the first movie. I was attending UCLA when I auditioned for Power Rangers. I was in my junior year. And by the grace of God, I graduated and was still doing the show at the same time. And I remember my first day on set, I didn't want to do anything wrong. I didn't care if they messed up my makeup, my hair looked like a hot mess. I was just very grateful to be there. And everybody was very welcoming. Got tested a couple times by some of the actors. Well, one of the actors. Anyway, but otherwise it was a really, really great experience. I don't know if I answered your question, but I hope I did.
It's a music anecdote. It's an anecdote.
We're getting closer to it.
I don't really remember, I flew in, but I don't remember being picked up by a limo or anything cool. I do remember that they took a few of us to El Torito. And that didn't go over very well. I had a terrible night that night after El Torito. And then I had auditions in the morning, which was lovely. But I do remember the first time where it really hit me was like a couple weeks into it, because as soon as I signed that contract, it was wardrobe, makeup, it was whatever, like everything. Oh, you don't sound Asian enough, let's put young in your name. You know? And so there's like all this stuff, and then it was like, it wasn't really rehearsals, we just like started. It was like, go. And it wasn't until like a couple weeks in, and I was like in rollerblades, and it's early in the morning, and there's like dew on the grass at Castaic. And you know, I was from Texas, you know, it's just the air was very different, you know, and they're setting up lights, and I was kind of by myself because I wasn't a very good rollerblader, and I was like, what do I do? And I was sitting out there, and I'm just by myself, and I'm looking around, and it hit me like, holy cow, this is my dream, to be like here in kind of Hollywood and doing this. And it was like totally my dream, and it just hit me all at once, you know, and it took quite a bit not to just kind of like tear up like a baby and cry. But, it was a good moment, you know, and then it was like, all right, let's go! And then Jeff Crow got mad at me for something, because I couldn't physical act very well. Yeah, or act. And, but it was great, it was a good time. I mean, the whole experience for me, I mean, there's good and bad things, and I was a douche at certain times, you know. And I say that because, like, there are moments, you know, you have good and bad days, and I've had some bad days, but I've had good days too. But it was a roller coaster ride, you know, and it's just totally awesome. I had a wonderful time.
Yeah.
Well put.
Thank you. That goes for everyone.
Young is not your real name?
No. That's my name is.
I just sent you an email like yesterday.
I know. My middle name is Jay.
Your middle name is Jay?
Yeah, my middle name is Jay, but then when I got there, they're like, that doesn't sound Asian enough. And then they're like, so what's your mom's name? She's like Chinese or something, right? And I was like, well, she's Korean. Her name's Young. And then they were like, okay, that'll work. And I was like, what do you mean? Johnny Young Bosch. I was like, okay.
Are you serious? Yeah. Your real name was not Young?
I just said it twice over here. I still use it because you can't change it now.
I'm gonna drop that from all my emails and pages.
They even made me take my eyes back a little too. So I'm just kidding.
Okay, my question is for Blake. How did it make you feel like when you first realized, even though you were a kid on the show, that kids that were your age looked up to you?
All right, who's the kid in here? Who's up? No, you're not a kid.
I'm a fat kid.
All right. I don't know, like I said numerous times, growing up, like getting off the school bus, running home to watch Mighty Morphin was like my thing. Like, you know, for pretty much everybody out there, it was probably the same thing. If not, then boom. But, so yeah, getting home, watching Power Rangers. I had all the toys. Like, I still have them. I was at my mom's house yesterday, and she opened the trunk. She was like, "Look at this." I was like, "No, let's not." She was like, "Yeah, let's look. Let's reminisce." I was like, "All right." And so I saw like this guy over here. so all of them. And I was like, "Hey, you know what?" It was an awesome experience because, you know, no matter what, nowadays, Facebook and everything that I'm doing, it's all related. Like, all my friends know me, like everybody in my phone book. If I call them, I'll call somebody right now, it'd be like Blue Ranger calling, you know? So, it's pretty awesome.
Hi, this question is for everyone, and I wanted to know, like, what was, like, the best thing that's happened to you on set, or the funniest thing that happened to you on set?
Most of the funny stuff happened behind the scenes. With basically Paul still
Nakia and Johnny?
Yeah.
I have something funny. When we were doing the film and we were running the tests, so they were shooting in our costumes. This is kind of embarrassing, but it's not too good. And I was with that other gorgeous ranger, I can't remember his name.
Paul Schrier.
You know, we're doing some martial artsy stuff in that bloody bikini. And doing the 6 count, the credits are rolling, and you're going to see how the borders are up there while we're doing these things. And and then I just looked at his face. David.
Yeah.
And he's really nice, and he's really concentrated, doing 6 count, da, 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 da. And then I just look at his face and I'm like, da, da, da. And I look down, one of the girls popped out. It was very comfortable at the time. So I just kept going, swooped it back in and kept going. A lot of the men did turn and look away, which was nice. These are the trials and tribulations of very tiny bits of green leather.
Boy, don't I know.
Well, didn't you also have to do wire gags with that thing?
No, I didn't end up doing any of the wire stuff. Thank God, that would be painful.
That's what I was thinking, man.
That was a skimpy little outfit.
In that time.
On Turbo, I wasn't involved in the movie except until it went to post-production. But what my job on that was to make the behind-the-scenes video for it, the whole behind-the-scenes documentary, how it was made. And I had Paul and Jason hosting it, so you can imagine how that went. But we were trying to get Austin to get in front of the camera for an interview, and we just couldn't work it out because David had been working the whole time, which is his job. And so we ended up having Jason interview Austin's chair. And we were just kind of doing it as a joke, but it ended up in the final documentary. That was my funniest moment, was having him interview a chair. We'll never do again.
That chair thing keeps popping up. The other day, so check this out, okay? So I've been traveling a lot this summer. I had like 1 week at work, and I had to work like, 60 hours to get the department up to where it needs to be. And I come home at the end of the week tired. I crash on my couch. My phone rings. It's Jason Frank. I'm like,
Hello.
hey, Narvy, Frank, what's happening?
Hey, Jason, how you
Hey, good. Can you tell me, what was up with you and Austin Cherry?
Austin chair?
Yeah, if you can say on Austin chair, I don't freaking know, man. I'm talking to the damn chair. What did you say earlier that you mumbled, Frank? I said you're on speakerphone. I'm on a panel. Everyone's listening. That was just last week.
He did the same thing to me.
He hates us. That's what it is.
He asked you what he said to us and share. That's weird. Alright, it's just me, so I got it at least.
Next.
It seemed like they were going that direction. I mean, that's all I can say. I don't think they never said anything.
No, they did that episode when she does the music video and when you were helping me, I don't know.
The soccer team.
Something.
There's like there are a few episodes where they kind of were like, oh, maybe there are fire. That's what you get for falling in love. Placed.
That's funny. You know what? What's funny to me is that I think the microphone. Johnny and I have never been on a panel together, and to be asked that question is just—it's hilarious because I've been asked without him being here, so I've never really thought about it. It seems like that's where they were going with it, but our stories never evolved, I guess you would say. You know, I think after the first season, after the first couple of episodes in Zio, you know, Tanya was being developed as a character, and then after like the fifth, it was like, okay, you're just back there in the back, so whatever happens, happens. So I don't think it ever really. I'm there. I want my coat. Thank you for fighting for it, honey.
I have a question for Blake.
Sure.
Who played the person who was in your suit? So I know you were.
Johnny! Come on!
It was me, Morphicon.
Wait, what was his name? I do remember the guy's name. Like Akira? I don't know. Akito? I don't know. He spoke to me in Chinese every day. Like walk around and say, hey, what's up to him? Where did you get that hat? Because I want a blue one. Hey, did you get that at Walmart? Because I need to get a blue one.
I think you stole it from me.
Did I steal it from you?
You bought it for me, right?
I did? I think I did. No.
Cool.
No, I don't know. There was a stunt guy, obviously, because I was like Johnny's height.
Because I'm Asian.
Or it could have been Narvy's height, I don't know.
My question is for Johnny. I know in the first movie, I read that there was a problem with your stunt actor, and you ended up doing a lot of the in-suit stunts. Now, I also read that the suits were like 40 pounds. What was the big challenge doing those suits over just with regular TV suits or out of the suit stunts?
The suits were heavier and they were harder to move around in. But it was Danny Salkov, actually, we were doing side flips and seeing who could do the highest one or whatever, and he won. But he hit like the corner of a wall and broke his finger. That's pretty high and far. You did. No, he's like a great stuntman. It's just accidents happen, and he actually still did all of that helmet head stuff. I did the ninja stuff, and so it's obvious they didn't want me to do anything because it's like I didn't really do anything. I just like flipped and fell on the ground or something like that. But yeah, it was just at that moment whenever we're doing any ninja stuff.
Okay. We have 10 minutes, so keep it short and sweet.
Hi, so my question is, at the time that Blake, you joined the cast of Power Rangers, you were the youngest Ranger in the history of the franchise. So my big question was, what was your experience joining a cast of people much older, and what was the rest of the cast's experience when this young guy was joining the cast?
It was an awesome experience. I mean, obviously, I learned a lot from everybody, I was a kid, I was 12 years old. I really probably didn't learn too much. But, I mean,
it was a great experience all around.
He and I kind of mothered him. He was like a little
Definitely.
baby brother.
Yeah.
And yeah, he was very cute, very excited.
Not no more.
Now he's a tough one.
Hey guys, first of all, you all rock and thank you for what you do, all of you. This question's for John. John, it's more about the legacy. When you did the episode, Once a Ranger, how did the new Rangers view you? Did they go to you for advice? Especially when you had pretty much a Ranger for almost a few seasons, you know? Did the Operation Overdrive Rangers seek you for advice on being a Ranger and the legacy and things like that?
Not at all. I think they were pretty confident in their rangerdom. I don't think any of them asked me anything. I think I was the weird guy. There's the guy from like the older show. He doesn't have any powers. So no, they didn't. But everybody was really cool. I didn't mess around. They're all cool. It was fun. It was a good time.
I just want to say it was cool to see you and Matt Austin in the same screen. That's what I just want to say.
Matt's actually a good guy.
Rangers! Hey guys, I just wanted to say it's great to see you. I've been watching you guys since the past and the future Samurai, Super Samurai, you know. And I gotta say this right now. Once a Ranger, always a Ranger! Come on. Now the question is, are you guys kind of surprised that, you know, this show has lasted up to this many seasons and we're coming into the 20th anniversary? What is your take on it? It's for all.
No, it's not a surprise because the show has been shooting in Japan since 1972. And thank you, Toei, because without Toei we wouldn't have our show. So.
I will say that the night before the first series premiered, I was sitting with Chaim Saban, and he looked at me and he said, in his Israeli accent, you know, Tony, if we get 5 years out of this show, we're going to be very lucky. So it's the only time he's ever been wrong.
Hey guys, so I know you guys have worked really hard on the TV show. What were some of the differences between filming the show and the movie, things that you used for the show that just wouldn't work on the movie set, and vice versa?
Vulcan skull.
The command center was different, and then just a little bit bigger scale. But to be honest, in the second movie, the budget was really low, so we used a lot of the stuff for the show in the movie. But the first movie, they had a huge budget, so they had lots of good stuff.
Yeah, the first movie was like 60 million or something.
Yeah.
I don't want to tell you what we did. It was $60.
Let's bring out fired and talk.
That's it. Actually, I just want to say one quick thing, guys. When I think about funny memories about the Power Rangers, it's about the amazing, it's about these guys too, but it's about the amazing athletes that play the Rangers, the acrobats and stuff. And I know they do different things differently now, but when we were doing the movie in '96, these guys were doing all this athletic stuff and flips and everything in there. And they actually, I don't know if you remember this, maybe you guys had this experience too, they actually had to be screwed into the helmets. And they used to be good for like 3-4 takes before someone passed out. And then somebody would be like, "Where's the screwdriver?" And they literally like got screwed into these helmets and screwed out of them. And they're just amazing athletes. It's just what I want to say.
Thank you.
I have a quick question for everyone. If you could basically go back in time to the first day of filming either movie and give yourself one piece of advice, what would it be?
Enjoy it.
Avoid craft service.
Mine would be similar to Kat's, just to appreciate it and take it in more.
I don't know. You know, it's hard to think like that. I don't know if mentally I even knew what the heck I was into as far as the show or even just acting or anything. It was just I was working at Subway before that. So if I was making sandwiches on screen, I'd be like, the bomb.
God.
All right, so the first question is, Johnny's first episode, they spent like 5 minutes trying to catch a baby, and both in school are the other two trying to catch it. How'd you guys feel about like all of the adults and Angel Grove just being so naked?
Well, it's good that they were so negligent. Otherwise, when we see it, they pay their taxes and get cops that would actually defend the city against the damn thing. We don't have.
And then my second question was, okay, so I'm a kid who I actually talked to you two about this earlier. I had a lot of tough stuff going on growing up. I lost my dad when I was about 14, 15, but pretty much this show was like an escape for me, and I'm sure there's lots of people here. How do you guys feel about still affecting people's lives 20 years later?
That's it. That's why we do what we do and why we've done it forever.
What are you doing now?
I'm unfortunately. So last thoughts. Yeah, guys, thank you very much for 20 years. More importantly, as human beings, not just entertainers and actors, is because of you folks. It changed our lives, it changed who we are in all ways, good and bad and otherwise. We are deeply, deeply indebted to you and connected to you because of it.